National Crime Agency has hailed its success in convicting 18 members of an international gang which smuggled in billions of pounds worth of drugs into the country. The NCA says it is the UK's biggest ever drugs investigation. The gang smuggled around 50 tonnes of heroin, cocaine and cannabis into the country, which was distributed from South East England to Scotland. 2 criminal trials were needed to try the defendants. Now, the judge who presided over them said that drug smuggling was an industrial and hitherto unprecedented scale. Our correspondent Peter Smith has the story.
The knock on the door that brought down a drugs empire.
Please, open the door.
This was the ringleader, Paul Green, but he led a double life. On the surface, a family man living the quiet suburban life in Cheshire. In fact, he was running the biggest drug trafficking gang ever detected in the UK. So big, Green was a wholesale supplier for Britain's drug dealers. In the underworld, he was known as the Big Fella. A 3-year investigation found evidence his gang imported as much as £7 billion worth of drugs, and National Crime Agency surveillance caught his foot soldiers trying to open bank accounts to hide the money. Today, the final members of Green's gang of 18 were convicted after England's longest ever criminal trial. This footage captures one of their shipments being loaded onto lorries in Holland. It was a hallmark of Green's gang to cover their drugs with strong-smelling food, like onions, to throw sniffer dogs off the scent as the product was moved to the UK. This warehouse in Sheffield is one of the locations Green's gang used to get their shipments in. It was called Irenka Foods, but that was just one of many fake business fronts they had. Some were even VAT registered to give an air of legitimacy. So even the lorry drivers had no idea they were being used as drug mules. The scale of this was so huge, at one point the gang ended up with more onions than they could get rid of from their warehouses. So they started exporting their own rotting vegetables back to Holland and reusing them in shipments. It was at this point one lorry driver smelled a rat. Instead of delivering his cargo, he took it back to the depot where police found 8 kilograms of cocaine inside. As pictures show, the drugs were in branded packaging. This, police discovered, was actually a code for their customers. The different branding indicated which drug dealer it was to be sent on to.
Police, open up!
Having built the case, the NCA went after Green's gang one by one.
Let's chance open the door!
You could compare it to a multinational company.
The head of this investigation said even he was shocked to uncover the full extent of Green's operation.
We have dismantled one of, if not the largest, organised crime group involved in Class A distribution into all 4 corners of the United Kingdom. There is no doubt that if you have witnessed the harm in your communities that the drug dealing causes and drug addiction, that some of these drugs will have stemmed from Paul Green and his organised crime group.
The judge in this case said it was drug smuggling on an industrial and until now unprecedented scale for Britain. Paul Green has been sentenced to 32 years in prison. He will likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. Peter Smith, ITV News, Manchester.